to that?
No.
No.
I actually have requested them to put things in. Yeah. Anyway, there's plenty of that day in that, so you'll see some of what Misha had to go through that day. I still feel bad. I mean, not really.
This one's kind of interesting.
This one is.
These both are for specific fans, so.
It says the craziest fan.
Does anyone self-identify as the craziest fan?
Who here among you is the craziest fan?
Anyone?
Literally shot.
This woman shot her hand up first and highest, so. Well, show us something crazy. Yeah, show us crazy. She doesn't know. Not crazy.
Why?
Okay, that woman in the very back looks pretty crazy, so why don't you come up? Actually, how about this?
Ooh, yes. Oh,
This will work. Here, pass this back to her. She's the crazy looking one in the back.
Misha, espresso.
Can you pass this back, please? To the crazy one. She's in the very back.
Some espresso. She's got some espresso for me. It's getting a little late in the day.
They're trying to wake us up. That's a bad sign. When they give you a coffee without you asking, it's a bad sign.
I think we should take a work break. Let's take a question. How about you? There's a lineup.
We were having a perfectly good conversation.
You were having a perfectly good conversation with yourself as usual.
Let's start.
Go make an airplane.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Hi.
You might, Jensen, you might know
me.
that I know.
Get a room, you two.
Jensen,
Yes.
you might know the symbol of Misha Minions is a monkey head. And if you had to create a head for you fans, what would it be?
Bald cap?
Repeat the question.
You might know that the symbol for Misha Minions is a monkey head. If you had to create the head for your fan, what would it be? These can be any head. Head with feathers, head with bonbons, head with fur, head with crazy smiley face. You name it, you can have it. It's your magic head. We've had it in it, maybe or not. There are no Russians in the audience, are there?
What? Assaulting hat? I still don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, I know it's Harry Potter. Sorting hat. I mean, I imagine that's something you put on when you're doing an abacus. Like you're sorting letters.
Oh, sorting.
I guess in the world of Harry Potter, they have to put on hats to sort out their issues. Is this true? I mean, is there a hat? It's like, listen, I'm going to sort some stuff out. I'm just going to get my sorting hat on. And I don't know what I've got going on. I just need to sort it out. I'm going to go put my hat on.
You know what? Let's sort this out. What is a sorting hat?
Let's not dive into that. Can we not?
Can you pass your phone up, please?
Don't. He'll change the picture and... This just happened yesterday to me. I was like, hey, did you read the review in Variety about the season finale? It's really interesting. You should read it. And then I gave him the phone. I was like, oh, hang on, I gotta go talk to this person. And I came back in and I looked at my phone and I'm like, well, that's not at all my wife and baby. And I won't tell you what it was.
It wasn't child friendly. The photo, his lock screen.
It wasn't anything friendly. I'm pretty sure it would offend anybody ever.
No, there's a couple of them. You're probably right. That one's
Pretty offensive. Pretty offensive. But it doesn't really stop there when either one of us get each other's phones.
These photos
We
are
go deep. You have a little sent from my iPhone. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's painful. Anyway, but you know what? After I took the hat off, I felt all sorted out. I was like, good to go. Yeah, you know the little like sent from my iPhone or emailed from my iPad. Or you can change that to be like, I have sex with donkeys, or something. And you gotta really kind of dig and see. There's a few things.
Did you find the other thing? The thing?
Shut up.
Yeah.
My hat
Yes, your hat.
would be a Viking hat. I'm talking the horns and the armor.
You know, that doesn't pack well. It's hard to travel with a Viking.
Oh no, you can break it down.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
compact folds
Just compact, yeah, folds up. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
What are we, Sebastian? It's taken us this long to get through one question.
It's the espresso.
Hello. I'm going to read out my question.
Very good.
Castiel and Dean have faced many dangerous situations together, like you would if you were fighting in a war, and that can create a bond as strong as a blood tie. Is that why Dean once told Castiel that they were like family? Do you feel that they are as close as real brothers would be?
I'm going to be serious for about 10 seconds. I feel that they're about as close as brothers, or about as close as non-brothers can be as far as like war buddies, like guys that have been in the trenches and seen the dark side and fought together and watched each other's backs. And there's a kindred spirit between the two of them that they both. Cass chose free will. Dean constantly chooses free will. There's some like-mindedness to the both of them, and they are like brothers without the blood. Agree?
Yes, I do agree. I also think that for Castiel, Dean is like, in this season, his relationship with Sam got stronger, but I think that there have definitely been times when Dean was sort of his only connection to another, like, Cass is kind of this alone being who had nothing. He was alienated from humanity, he was alienated from heaven. He didn't like himself very much, so there were times when it was like, Dean was the only person who he could talk to. So that's like a very important thing, you know? And it's definitely got that foxhole vibe, like you're facing not only death together, which is a big deal, but you're also facing at times like, are we causing the apocalypse? You know, things like that. Like you kind of feel like, I don't know, I think that people do, like in the trenches of World War I imagine that it was kind of similar stuff. Like this is the guy you're dying with, kind of. And I think that they're faced with that all the time. This is the guy you're dying with.
And I think, as probably most of you know, bonds form within tragedy. And I think that was a brothership that formed within this tragic situation that they found themselves in. Yeah. Thank you.
Misha, again. My question is to both of you. Just imagine, your characters wake up one day and they are suddenly female. What would be their reaction?
I think I can feel this one. I think Castiel would be very unfazed by it. And I think that Dean would probably play with himself.
As soon as she said that, what would be the reaction? My immediate reaction via Dean would be titties. As Dean. I don't share those sentiments. He's a character. Sometimes I try to think like him, but you know, he is his own.
Jensen often forgets that he's not Dean. It's a little creepy.
Really, because why are you speaking like Castiel? That's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi, I've got a question for Misha.
Okay.
In light of the recent events, who would you say is more clumsy, Jared or Jensen?
I will point out one thing. I got up completely healthy, and I did not dislocate my shoulder. I would also like to point out one thing that some people were like, "Oh, that's so sweet. Jared's like trying to protect him." No, Jared was going to stab me because I fell down, and he was like, "Ha ha ha!" And you can see him laughing, but he actually.
Guys, that was great production value right there. Well done.
That's very nice.
That was good.
Very entertaining. You're all tired.
These guys, they're actually, I hate to admit this, but they're not actually, neither one of them are terribly clumsy guys. I mean, Jared obviously gets a little clumsy because he gets flustered because he's shy around Osric.
Sorry, Master Chow.
Master Chow. We were just in the green room and somebody threw a bag of gummy bears across the room. Which stuff like that almost never happens back there. Someone threw a bag of gummy bears and Jason Mans went.
No, it was going right towards Osric, who was on his phone. Sorry, Master Chow.
Master Chow was on his phone, probably texting God. And Jason Mans went like this. And caught it without moving his head or eyes. And what was amazing is that everybody in the room immediately knew that Master Chow
Made Jason.
had used Jason's chi to move.
Because Jason's like, I don't do anything. He's like, literally, my hand just went. And then he goes, Master Chow. And I believe that Master Chow's reaction was, no thanks. Thank you. Hi.
So first of all, I want to thank you because as I already
You're welcome.
told you, Jensen, yesterday.
Why didn't you tell me? Why haven't we talked about this?
She said I was the best.
No, Supernatural.
Yeah.
The show helped me so much, and I learned that we need to be like hunters and hunt, kill the monsters that are inside us. So thank you for your job.
And occasionally hunt and kill other people.
So the question is.
But yes, you're right, and thank you for finding that and using that and translating that into something that helps you, because I think that is. I'm going to be serious for a second. Just shut up. I think that's sometimes what art is. It's what it means to you, and so the fact that means something to you, and that makes what we do that much more enjoyable because we know it's affecting people. So thank you.
So after the season finale, everyone's thinking about the Demon Dean's future. And my question is for both of you, and it's possible, in your opinion, for Dean to fight against Crowley and maybe bring peace in Hell, or even become king of Hell?
Here's the problem. I'm getting a lot of questions about what's going to happen with Demon Dean. I don't know. And I wish I did, because I wish I had answers for you, because know that if I had the answers, I would give them to you.
No, you wouldn't.
Shut your face.
Fair point, fair point.
Anyway, it's going to be interesting how they tackle the fact that Dean is a demon, but Dean is also marked with the mark of Cain. So you have this other kind of power, and that mixed with the demonness and the fact that it was Crowley, the king of hell, that turned him. And there's a lot of factors that play into how much power Demon Dean is going to have and how that's going to play out. And I'm literally, at this point, an audience member like you guys and waiting to read the first script. So you'll know, hopefully.
Oh, you'll know once it airs.
Once it airs, you'll know. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. But I'm glad you're interested, because so am I.
Yeah, actually, this is one of the times when I'm kind of like, it's gonna happen. Like
This is probably
we have no idea. I think also the writers are probably in the process of figuring it out right now. I think they got back into the writers' room last week. Yeah, so they're not even sure where it's gonna go yet, I think. But I think I would be surprised if you became king of hell.
Imagine Dean talking to other demons and telling them,
And commanding them against Castiel's army?
Commanding them, hey, you're gonna get me some time.
Could be Demon Dean with his army of minions.
Dude, that was my thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Viking helmet.
Yes!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's a flower for you.
Should we open up another? Did we open up all the boxes? We opened up all the boxes. I don't know why I'm saying that. I hate these boxes. What is this? Wait a minute.
Whoa.
What is this? Stay away from it. There's two of them. Yeah, there's two of them. I also have two hands.
I'm not holding your microphone for you. Do you know what that is? Cool. My name is. I know that he's a little ball.
He's got the little ball.
That would have been so good. It's like,
This is awesome. All right, one more.
I love that this technology was ever invented.
You see, Jared would have fell and dissipated his own shoulder. I did not. This is awesome. Next question. Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi.
The question is for you both, but first, Misha, you are really bad person because
No, honestly, thank you for the apology.
I love this question.
Because what are we doing in the photo? You really caused me an heart attack. Look at this.
I caused you a heart attack?
No, heart attack.
Say it again. Say it again. I caused you what?
caused me heart attack.
Heart attack.
Oh yes, you're the Latin dancer. Yes. You're not pregnant, are you? After I
See? I have a heart attack.
By the way,
Ooh la la.
question is, last year Supernatural Cast doing the Harlem Shake, and I see you dancing, and you were really, really cool. So can you replay that dancing? But Misha weren't in the Harlem Shake, so can he help you to do it? Like.
Oh.
Here's the problem with that. You see, Master Chow was part of that. But the funny thing is you never saw him. If he's here right now, he's kind of everywhere at all times, he won't approve of Misha doing it. And could dislocate his neck.
Would you like to come up here and do the Harlem Shake for us, though? In a sort of lap dance motif?
Do we have a Harlem Shake? Come here. We need a Latin version of the Harlem Shake. I need you to stand right here. Come on up. Face the audience.
This backfired, didn't it?
This totally backfired. And Maestro?
This is exciting.
This is an awkward pause. That's what they call an awkward pause. This is what they call an awkward pause. So where are you from?
Naples.
Naples. Naples. I love Naples. Congratulations, Supernatural Cast. You are officially dancing monkeys. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Right on cue.
I just hurt my back.
Yeah. Jared just threw out his other shoulder.
Oh, are you great?
Yeah, how you doing, Jared?
Fantastic. I feel super. Jared. He is a little clumsy, isn't he? On that note, I'm only.
No, stand. This is the best idea I've ever had? That's right. He did it. Alright, get the fuck out.
Yeah.